This is NXL 360. Welcome, everyone. We just saw Orlando Pirates beating Chakuma 4-1. It was expected, even though I expected that Pirates would score at least 8 goals because they were playing a team that is fighting relegation in the third division. Remember, Chakuma is not even in the second division, it's in the third division, and it's still gonna get relegated in the third division. They are number 11 out of 12 teams in their streams. And played 11 matches. You can't say it's a team that is doing well, even where they are. It's not a team that you can expect to see in the NFD next season. Interesting match, Coach KP. I'm interested to know, how did you see the game, Coach?
Yeah, man, good afternoon to everyone, you and Dibaba. Yeah, you are right. Chaguma is not even on top two. It's not a team that will be playing on the second division next season. But you know, there's one thing that I've realized about football. Football doesn't have therefore. It doesn't matter which league are you playing. It's gonna be straightforward. I mean, you look at when Chakuma scored. I think majority of people were on their edge to understand what's happening. But yeah, Pirates stem their authority. So you go to the starting lineup of Orlando Pirates. You see Wutele, who hasn't been playing so much games, which it was good to see him back in the team. You see the debut of Uchabatani in the left centre back, whom I think he was impressive, as much as one would say no, but he was playing a third Thai league team. But I think, Nadim, players, you can't say players need to play against Chiefs or Sundowns or what to prove themselves. You look at the other players that were given a chance. I mean, he's the only left-footed centre back that Orlando Pirates has. And I think he's got that pass over the defense or through the middle field, and which is exactly what Umbogazi used to do. He's comfortable on the ball. And this was the perfect game for him to come in as a sub. No pressure, not as a sub man to start a game. No pressure. He twins with Usibisi. So I think it was perfect for the coach to give him a chance or to give him a run and see what he can give you. But now, before we move into the other players, it brings a question because I see Usasani on the bench. I then ask myself, was the coach saying, no, we can't change the whole back four against such a team? Because I would have loved to see Usasani back in the game, but we see him not playing. You see Hoto starting the game and finishing it. We have seen Van Rooyen has been starting. My biggest question, and I think I got answered, was Umbata and John Wiki. The jersey number 15 in the center. I was always worried, or I always asked myself, can they really play together? Can they give you balance in the middle field? I don't think so, Nadim. I don't think they complement each other that much. I think both of them, they want to carry the ball. They want to move with the ball. No one wants to sit and allow the other one to do the up and down. So it's just for me, I don't think they complement each other. I think they're straight competitors. You can see they play almost a similar type of football. It's just that the difference is John Wick is the carrier of a ball more than Umbata. Umbata is more of a pass. So both of them are 8. And it's understandable as to why coach tried playing them together, because if Umbata gets injured, the only senior players, it's those two. So I think it was worth a try, and the coach did well by playing them together, even though I would have loved to see Usiema, but not Usiema, the other boy, not dancing.
Makaula.
No. If so, not dancing,
Or
the boy
dancing,
who,
yeah.
yeah, you see, or Usilepe, yeah,
Or
Usilepe.
Mariko.
No, Silepe. I would have loved to see
Or Sile.
Usilepe. Yeah, you see,
Yeah,
because he just
Silepa, yeah.
disappeared. Yeah, I would have loved to see him coming in and getting minutes, but I understand what the coach is doing. He's at a team that is really, really competing for the league, and you need everyone. So I think that's understandable. The surprise was, or not necessarily the surprise, you see Muremi and Apolis still starting the game. It shows you that as much as we have depth, we don't have much options on the sides. Because, like I always say, in terms of attack, we only have Moremi who's left-footed, you see, and then you see him and Apolis playing together, and then you see Umbutuma starting. But you see what I always say about the system, Nadim. I think Udiong is signed into Orlando Pirates to play as a false nine or a second number, second striker, because you see him starting ahead of Tito, ahead of Usipombuli. You don't even see Ukabelo Dlamini on the bench. And then you ask yourself, if this guy is starting and he, ever since he came to Orlando Pirates, has been coming in as a sub, does this mean that Orlando Pirates will somehow, if they need to play two strikers, will they play De Jong and Umbutum, or De Jong and Omahopa? I think that's where it's headed currently, because most of the teams, when they play against Orlando Pirates, they play a low block. So it's going to be an interesting Orlando Pirates team during the course of the season. You see Apollo is getting a penalty from one of the most experienced teams in Chakuma, a player who played for Cape Town Spurs, Chase Galaxy. It was a poor penalty to give away, man. I mean, Apollo was moving away from goals. why do you have to foul him? You see, then you get a goal, you see a deflection from Umbata, a long range deflection, gets into the goal. All of a sudden, you're thinking Pirates has it in their game. If you look at the free kick, maybe Udibaba will help me. I think it was a lousy free kick. It was a lazy kick from Umbata just to put out a leg. It was lazy, man. And you know, when you play in such a team, you always think, nah, they can't cause havoc. But take nothing away from the free kick. I think it was a great free kick, man. People will blame Ubuthelezi, but it was a great free kick. And then all of a sudden, it looks like Pirates
Yeah.
is no longer in control. But you go into the second half, man, I think we can always come back. But I think overall, Pirates played extremely well. Movement of the ball. Dibaba, I hope you saw the importance of Umbutuma. If you look at Tito's goal, that's how important is Umbutuma and Mahoba. He tracks out, he plays a 1-2 with Tito. All the defenders are focused on Umbutuma, and Tito just get a clear chance. And I'm worried as well about Umasindi, man. He comes in as a sub. For me, he didn't give us much. And for the position that he's playing at the wingers, when you're given such a chance at Orlando Pirates, you need to showcase, you need to show that you are not just bought in because a coach coached you at a different team. You need to show that you are the quality. He has something in him that him, take nothing away from him. He can dribble, he can cross, but I don't think he's raising his hand enough. I think he needs to pull up his socks to show that he can score. Great to see Mbule. We are lads, as you always say. Great to see Mbule.
Yeah, uyalazi kakhulu.
Yeah,
Uyalazi.
cool. He comes in, he uses the technique,
Yeah.
score a goal, Tito. So I think overall, man, it's us or me criticizing Orlando Pirates just proves how good Orlando Pirates is. For them to get a critic, even after winning a 4-1, I think it just shows how great of a team they are currently, and it's all in their hands. You see, so I think that's me.
No, coach, interesting overview. I'm interested to know your opinion, coach, and Sendai. That Msendam, obvious. Does it look for me already? I'm not sure if I'm being too judgmental. I'm already thinking it's a bad signing for Orlando Pirates. It looks like he's out of his depth today. It looks like he's not gonna outstage Moremi or Police or Mfokengi or all those players offensively. Do you think it's an improvement for Orlando Pirates or just a normal squad play?
I think he's a normal squad player. I mean, I think he's gonna be like, those good players, but they can't showcase their talent in the team. If you remember Utadisa, if you look at Utadisa at Marumo, even before Pirates signed him, he was on fire. Even when he played now against Pirates, was on fire. I think Sendane might fall into that trap where he's just a squad player. He will have one good game here, but let's not judge him as yet. Let's give him more time. Hopefully, he will get the time, because at a team like Orlando Pirates, if you're given a chance against such a team, you really need to show that you deserve to be there. So I know, I mean, he was the most foul player in the bad way before he came to Orlando Pirates. So he is a good player. Take nothing away from him, but can he be a good player at Orlando Pirates? I think the coach believes in him, and let's see how far it goes.
Yeah, let's see how it goes, because at the same time at Orlando Pirates, if you look also, players like Dancing were only given 45 minutes, even though he scored, he's not been playing. Players like Kabelo Dlamini even writing on Instagram that they are not here. It's so difficult to be part of this team at Orlando Pirates, coach.
Yeah, no. You're spot on, man. You're spot on, and it's like you're saying. I just looked at was it yesterday, and I'm thinking Kabelo Dlamini is not even part of the 18, and he hasn't been there. So Umpendani, is he gonna be given more chances because the coached him at Marumo? I hope not. You look at Sibilibili. Before you go to Dibaba, I'm gonna make this ruling for me, and hopefully both of you guys can remind me of this. I don't think Sibilibili will play as a right wing at Orlando Pirates. I think he's going to play as a right back. That's where he's going to be more dangerous. Right wing, no ways. That's just me.
No, I agree with that, coach. I agree. It doesn't offer enough offensively, honestly speaking. Obviously, he scored 2 goals. I understand why he's been playing. The coach is trying to make him improve it, because the coach is still thanking him for what he did to Mamelodi Sundowns in the MTN 8 when it looks like the coach was under pressure. Sibilibili came with those moments of brilliant goals against Stellenbosch and against Sundowns. For me, that's how I see it. That's how I see him playing ahead of Libito in this team. Yeah, with Van Ryn, coach, what's your take on him? Is he a guy who's gonna go on to be one of the best right back of Orlando Pirates, like Happy Jele, those guys who played before, or is just a player who has been signed but is struggling to show himself there?
No, Nadim Van Rooyen does his primary job, which is to defend more than anything. If you look at all our right backs, I think he's the most clean right back we have. He can mark. take nothing away from that. Yes, maybe we can question his offensive side, but there's room for improvement there. But I always say if a defender can do his primary job, then what more do we need? If he can stay away from injuries, I think he does stand a chance. The problem is there's competition at that position. There's too much competition. You see, now we just mentioned in Sibilibili that I think he'll be playing in that position. You just spoke about who's this? The other right back, Ubandile Shandu hasn't even been playing. We know they've loaded
Yeah,
Libizo
the
as
beats
well.
also.
You see, so I
Yeah,
think he needs to
yeah.
improve quickly in his offensive. But primary job, I take nothing away from Van Rooyen. I think he's one guy who allows the left side of Orlando Pirates to move freely without pressure because they know Van Rooyen is always there as a rest defense and he's got enough pace to cover everyone. So primary job, brilliant. Room for improvement in offensive.
Yeah. No, thank you so much, Coach. Dibaba, you're in Durban. How did you see the game? What impressed you? What can you tell us about your assessment or overview of everything?
Yeah, Nadim, the game was okay. I think you could see that one team usually dominated the game, which is Orlando Pirates. And yeah, rightfully so, they deserve to win. I think they were playing against an ABC Motsepe League team. Yeah, it's one-way traffic. And yeah, I'm just glad to see players like Uchabatane getting an opportunity. De Jong. I'm also happy to see players that are not usually regulars being given an opportunity to play within the starting lineup. But Pirates scored 4 goals, conceded 1. I'm not happy about the fact that they conceded 1 goal, especially from a dead ball situation. And when you look at the wall, yeah, they didn't do their job, but it was a brilliant goal. So at the end of the day, they got the results. They move on to the next round.
You're talking about Chabatsana. What's your assessment of him? Obviously, came in as the left center back. Coach can tell you I'm a fan of playing a player on the left side of defense, someone who can play with the left foot. Coach, you can also come in on this one. What's your assessment, Dibaba, on that guy?
He had a clean game. He's a good pass of the ball. He's composed. He recovers really well, and he's just a solid player. You can see that he likes to be on the ball all the time. He likes to look for the short passes. He likes to play those long diagonal balls, and he's very clean. He had a good game today against a third division side team, but nonetheless, he's a quality player, and he deserves to be there at Orlando Pirates. I just can't wait to see what he can do going forward.
Yeah.
Coach, I'm sure it's an improvement for Pirates to have Chabatsana in the team. What's your take on him? Because it looks like a no.
No, it's a great addition. Great addition. I mean, he gives you those long balls. You see the exact diagonal balls that the boy who left Umbogazi would give you, and like Udibaba has said, very comfortable on the ball. He knows. And he looks like he's a very clean defender. I didn't see him bouncing against players, and that's exactly what you need, especially if you're playing next to UCB. Upodlela, the reason why it's been called Upodlela, he takes everything that is in front of him. So if you have a more composed player like Uchabatan, who's more comfortable, he's got a sweeter left, man. That left is very good. There's a ball that he played on the 38th minute, diagonal to, and with the games coming thick and fast for Orlando Pirates, I think this is the great time to see. You see, and I can say this, I can safely say this, Nadim and Dibaba. Maybe you guys can correct me. I don't see Sasani playing anytime soon. I honestly don't see Sasani playing anytime soon. If Siema is not there playing, you come on the bench, you don't even get few minutes. Botella doesn't look like he's going to get injuries anytime soon. Chabatani came in, he cemented a position. Siema is back on the coming week. So I don't think he will even make it to the 18 next game. But I stand to be corrected. I hope on the next game I'll be proven wrong by the coach.
Dibaba, what's your take on that? I think I nearly said to coach, no, it's gonna happen. Then I remembered that the CMS there, the CBC. So where do you put Sasana in this team? Yes, he was a top defender when he left, got injured, obvious. How do you see him fitting in this team, Dibaba?
It's going to be very tricky. He's been out for quite some time. So he just has to wait and be patient. And he's competing against quality centre backs. Sibisi took his chance. Chabatani is taking his chance. So he has to wait, and that's part of the game. If you've been out for a very long time, you have to compete, and when he gets his chance, he must grab it with both hands. But at the moment, it's very, very difficult. But yeah, he's still there. He's still very young, so his time will come. Must just be patient. At the end of the day, It's very difficult at the moment, and the team is on song. They're winning games, so it's not really easy to replace the back pairing. Issa has still got a long road to go, and the boy just needs to be patient and yeah, trust the process.
Nadim, just before you
Yeah,
come
no, I
in,
agree, guys.
just before you come in, we can both agree, or
Yes,
we can
coach.
all agree. Sasan is a top defender. We all know that. He's a quality defender, very comfortable. It's just that, like Dibaba has said, the team is on song now, Nadim. You see, Siema just got a deliberate yellow card because I'm sure the coach said, hey, get a yellow card. We're going to need you against Maroon. You see, so they
We
couldn't
got to
risk
watch a
it again.
deliberate yellow card.
Yeah, man. Come on. We know this game. We saw Sundowns doing it past in the years.
Yes.
So it was a yellow card. We saw this happening. So
Yeah.
they do. You get that so that you can be suspended for, as much as you can't prove it. He got it just so he can be able. You will see him. He's back on the I can bet now. Come Marumo Gallants is going to start. But now the question will be, do you continue with him and CVC, or do you now bring Chabatsani and say, okay, we've got a left footer, you see, but take nothing away from Upepe, man. Upepe is a quality player. Sasan is a great quality player. It's just unfortunate if you are in such a team, Nadim, injury can set you back, and I think that's exactly what's happening right now.
I agree with you. I honestly see Chabatsane playing with Siema because I think Siema has positioned himself under this coach as almost a player who's undroppable from the squad. So the lineup, I'm gonna say at Orlando Pirates is very clear that you'll see China. Then obviously the centre back will be Chabatsane and Siema, of which is even the captain of Orlando Pirates Football Club will be on the bench. Then Hoto and Daba, they will continue fighting until the end of the season. Then in the middle of the pack, obviously, you'll have Makaula coming in and Mbata. Rightfully so. You said Nematejela and Mbata. It doesn't look like they will play together. De Jong is going to improve. I think he was signed just to be behind Mahopa Umbutuma. Of course, Apolis and Moremi. Mfokeng on the left side, or depending if De Jong start or Mfokeng start as a 10. If Mfokeng doesn't start as a 10, obviously it's going to go on the left. Pirates look very strong, guys. What's your take on this team, coach? It looks like a team that is ready to finish the job against Chiefs and Sundowns.
Well, Orlando Pirates, you mean the Orlando Pirates team?
Yeah. I think it
No,
looks like it's very ready to beat Sundowns.
You know, I was just saying, I don't know where or who was I telling. I think Orlando Pirates is going to win or lose the league in February. Because if you look at their games that are winning, by the end of February, you would know that Pirates will be champions. And they look like a star-studded team, and they look like they're unstoppable. If you look at Tito, I always say the system looks like it's going to swallow Tito. But he came in, Nadim, and if you look at the chances, I mean, there was a 78th minute where he missed a great chance of the keeper saved. He comes in, he scores. If you look at his pace and you compare him to the previous Tito, you can see he understands that now the team is playing with a high intensity. He needs to be there. So I think the coach has a good stress, like Pep Guardiola would always say. That's a nice stress. You choose quality. You need to choose quality. So I honestly think they will punish both teams. And I always say it's for them to lose it, man. And I saw that the derby has been moved to not the derby, but Sundowns and Pirates are going to FNB, and history shows that Pirates beat Sundowns and FNB, so it's all in Pirates' hands.
Well, yeah, Orlando's been tough for Orlando Pirates. I think the last time Pirates beat Sundowns was when Mhango was still playing for Orlando Pirates 1-0. But again, at FNB last year, they did well. We saw the rise of Mbogazi and Mfokeng scoring a